had a slight change of mind about these framing these windows. I am going to edge them because we're really happy with the job I made edging this one. So unfortunately the edging isn't deep enough to go to the back of here, and obviously to the back of here. But I think I can get away with it by painting that black. But what I'll still have to do is I have to have a piece of wood up here. That actually might be a bit narrower. Might get away with that one. But I certainly need a piece of wood on each of these sides, so I'm going to have to get on with that first. So I've galloped through that bit, fitting these. I'm not putting pieces in the top. The edging will just about cover that, and when you're sitting here you can barely see it anyway, so it's just not really worth bothering with, I don't think. So I'm just gonna straighten these edges out here so that the edging will stick, and then I'm about ready to put edging on. I've not got the proper equipment to get the correct angle for this, so what I do is measure in the width of that way, and then cut diagonally across, which is almost out of there. I've just got to cut that line off. Well, it's not the first time I've done this, but I've cut that wrong. That angle should have been that way, which is incredibly frustrating because I've only just got enough for this, and now, well, I haven't got enough. I'm going to be a piece short, which is really incredibly annoying. Okay, so that's 2 pieces in, so I'm just going to knock off for some lunch, see how far I can get after lunch then. Okay, so it's the same day, back after lunch. I've taken this piece off here because that bit's stuck right out there, and it's because of, possibly to a degree, that bit, but it's mainly that bit that's really hard. So I've been at this with a scraper to get the adhesive off, is why it looks rough. So anyway, I'm just going to take that down with the drill, and then it should be alright. Well, that's not stuck in yet, but it's a lot more acceptable. I had to really really go at that all the way along to get it a bit more even. I think it'll go at that. It's probably on a par with that, and I don't look too bad. So despite the threatening weather, I thought, well, I might as well, since cutting the plastic causes very little mess, I might as well actually cut it in the kitchen. Yeah, you can tell I live on my own. Also, since I'm intending having a bit of curtain down here, I thought I might as well kind of cheat with this one and get away with having to order some more and do it perfectly. That will be really out of sight. I mean, behind a bit of curtain here, this will be mostly out of sight anyway. So this edging that I'm doing this bit with up here is actually the same size. It's the same edging that I'm doing this with, and I've run out. I ain't got any pieces long enough to do these 2, and I haven't got any long enough to finish that off, so I'm going to have to order some more. But that is a state of play at the end of one day doing edging on this, and I'm quite happy with that. It's gone pretty well. Yeah, so I'm under the van today, There's plenty some plumbing, but I need to fit something on the jet van here for the inlet pipe and waste pipe to be mounted to. I'm actually looking at, there's one hole here, and I'm going to see if an M8 rivet up will go in properly. I mean, it goes in all, but it's not very tight, and generally they have to be tight to actually fit properly, so I'll just have to see how it goes. So unfortunately I can't tighten it up, because I need to jack the van up, put it on a little ramp or something. Right, that one's gone in perfectly. Unfortunately, first one I put in, with it being upside down with the tool, I've not kept the pressure on it, so it's not going in square, so I'm going to have to drill it out, put a new one in. Okay, so that like, to my surprise, I managed to get that one in tightly. It did take a lot of pressure to get it in, so that should be okay. So I'm just going to measure the gap now, and order a piece of stainless angle. I'll have to straighten it out a little bit, just to, it's not quite 90 degrees. So there's one thing I enjoy doing about this camper van build and a cafe racer motorbike build that I did before is solving three-dimensional problems. I've got the fresh water inlet to fit and two waste outlets to fit under the van on the sill where I put the two riv nuts yesterday. So I figured out how I'm going to do it. I've got some stainless steel brackets on order. All I needed then was a piece of plate aluminium or steel, and I've got this here stock, which is perfect size to cut down. It's it just wants a bit of cutting down, and then taking edges off, make it all safe, and then we sorted. Drill a load of holes in it. So here we go. I've got it cut to size. I'm just going to round all the corners off, just to take away any sharp edges. I'm going to drill the two main holes to actually attach it to the van. Make sure that's all alright, and then I can work around the holes with the inlets and outlets. Okay, ignore the bolts because I'm not going to be using them. The important thing is that it fits. And now I can get on with the rest of it. Okay, so I'm just mocking up what I've done so far. They're temporarily fastening. The bolts are much too long and it needs nylock nuts, because you don't think you're dropping off while vehicle's in motion, which they would under vibration. So they're on order. Anyway, I'm just thinking about changing my original idea of this very slightly, because what I'm thinking is, yeah, this looks a bit odd like that, fastened sort of like that, but what I'm thinking is, if I fasten the brackets onto so that they're angled sort of like that, then that can go above, sort of thing like that. It don't look quite so odd, and also I can cut away that sort of shape and bring it forward. That actually might be the best way. I just don't want to make it fiddly, connecting this thing up to the feed pipe, but it would be good just to have that, have the top lip of that above the level of that, and there's room in the floor of the van, because from this point above the floor of the van there's a recess in the floor, so it'll go quite easily. So that's the way I'm thinking I'm going to do it now. Okay, so I'm waiting for some of this to be delivered. I'm waiting for nuts and bolts for the water inlet and waste outlet mount. So I'm getting on with this piece, but got a little gap there that I thought were unavoidable, but I thought of a way of doing it. I just got some off-cut aluminium. I've got a thicker piece to put there and a thinner piece to put there. Just got to drill a hole in it, make it roughly square or rectangular, fasten the tongue and groove in with the padding piece in between. Okay, so that's my little padding out piece is made, and that's a pretty good result actually. Quite pleased with that. So that's one way of doing it. Okay, so it's the next day. I've got that fitted. I'd not put that quite far enough out of here, so I've had to juggle it a bit, get it fitted properly. But now I've got this made as well, and it's actually a really good fit. That's too high. That's pretty good. Ignore top. I've got the base thing's got to come on here. It comes up to about that level, so that's going to be covered up. But yeah, it's looking good up to now. I've got all these paint in the backside bits to do next, which will take me a few days probably. So I'm just about to knock off to go to the gym. Got that piece in, made 2 pieces for here, got that lined up. That should suffice for that back there. Then I've still got to make this piece. I've got a piece of wood for it, but I can just keep putting it off. I think once the back cushion is in, I think that's covered up. Let's see. I suppose I could make another bit, just carry just one more piece. In fact, I'd have to replace that because I used the piece with the tongue cut off. Yeah, it probably could do with one more piece making. So I'll get that done hopefully this afternoon. And also the only other bit I want to get done today is cut this panel down for here and get that fitted. So I'm just knocking off. It's turned into a tiring day actually. So I got that finished earlier. That's fairly close as I pointed out earlier. Got that done. That put in also, I put a little block under here so that I could fasten that up because it was tending to hang down a bit. So that's now nice and firm. And also, I didn't expect to get this done, but I have. This piece that I've been putting off for months, I finally fitted that. So that's good to get that out of the way. This edging has been delivered late this afternoon, so I can get on with this tomorrow. Hopefully, weather permitting. Okay, it's day after. I've made a start on this. I've redone that. Should make it easier to do other bits. I'll get on with them now. Right, so I finally got this done. Took me 3 goes to make that piece, unfortunately, but I'm finally happy with it. It's nice and close. It really just wants varnishing around edges now. Painting around the inside surface black. And then it'll do. So after doing this, I've carried on with these today. And I've got plenty of daylight left, but I've just done it till I'm blue in face and I can absolutely take no more. It drives you crazy making these things, just same shape all the time. I'm to shape them at the back. It is a bit mind numbing. So for one day I've had enough, but I'm getting there. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm still working on this window area. Still flattening that out a bit. These 2 pieces here took me most of this morning, really took a lot of time up. And then I've got these 2 out fairly quick. A third one that I've just made a bit too short, I'm going to have to remake, but basically I'm starting to get through them quick now. I've got past the awkward shapes, so hopefully I'll get these, whatever it is it looks like, probably 3. Could be 3 in a little thin piece. Hopefully I'll get them done today. And I'm still going to make this piece for under here, which I could do it getting done today as well. We'll see. Okay, so a few hours later, I'll finish with that. Not perfect here, but it's a really, really awkward little piece I've had to put in there. Anyway, I've got an offcut here that I'm hoping is going to fit in that bit. It was actually the original bit that I did for this piece that were actually a little bit too small, so see if it fits. Okay, well, I've got this piece done. As you can see, it's not a fantastic fit, but it's a terribly difficult piece to get tight. It is. This curves all over the place. That this wall curves a bit all over the place, so that is as good as I can get it. So I'm as happy. I can't get it any better, so I've got to be happy with that. Offcut didn't fit, it was a little bit too small. I had to cut a fresh piece. Yeah, the only other job I'm trying to do is fit a triangular piece into there. It's not fitting perfectly yet. I need to perhaps redesign it a little bit. That's about third go I've had at it already, so it's a troublesome little piece. There's a little edge in there. It is awkward, but I need to cover that bit up. So I'll carry on with that tomorrow because I've just had enough for one day. So these brackets have been delivered today while I've been out. So I'm going to try to get this inlet outlet thing, mounting point, finished if I can. Well, there's a number of ways I could have done this, but I have actually changed my mind slightly about how I'm doing it. I'm having the bracket underneath, like that. I've got a groove in there, one in the metal, so it's going to be like so. Just got to do it at this right hand side now as well. My drill's run out of charge, so that's finished play for today. But that's most of one bracket finished. Just got to drill that little hole out there a bit more, and then that's done. See how much I've cut it down from a full size one. So same thing with that one tomorrow. Right, it's the next day. Threatening rain pretty badly. I've drilled the one hole that I needed to drill on this. I've had to open this hole, like this slot out here, for this to sit perfectly straight. But now I've got marked out where the holes need to be on that and in there. So let's get drilling. Okay, so finally got it all together, which was a bit fiddly, so I'm just going to have a quick trial fit. So that's in position. They close nicely, and it's nicely disguised under the van, which is exactly what I wanted. Just stand back a bit. It's pretty difficult to see. That'll do me.